Hi everybody, it's Amy at Krafty Cat, and I'm here today to work on the black and white color challenge. So I have some things all printed out in black and white and that. So I wanted to show you guys these real quick. My sister did these on watercolor paper. I guess that's the trick, because I tried doing some of these last year and I didn't get the results that she's gotten. So if you use watercolor paper, I guess it works better. So you lay the pansy or whatever flower face down and then bang it with like a hammer or one of those, bigger round mallets so that it covers more space so you don't have to hit it too many times. And then when you peel it away, it leaves, the image. And when you do it on regular paper, sometimes it just looks like splats. Like this one was a fuchsia that she tried, and it just kind of splatted. But it depends on the flower, I guess. But the pansies turn out really cute, or Johnny Jump Ups, whatever these are called. They're the smaller ones. They're not quite pansies. But anyway, that is that. I just wanted to show you guys because that was a cool idea and it worked really well. And so I have some papers that I printed out from Jobeth at Medieval Mirage. She's got a new black and white kit, and I shrunk these down. So like these two are actually full-size pages. You can print them, as a full page, but I just shrunk them, so that I could use them more for, we're making ephemera, so I don't need the full sheet. Some of them I did print full page though, just to show you the difference. And these two I shrunk down. And then this is the full page, but you can tear that up and use it for all kinds of stuff. They're great. These are like great collage ones. I shrunk that one down, obviously. And then that's like a whole page. So see, if you have it in a journal, it's going to look like this. These would be even fun to put in a journal, and you color them and stuff. So I can't remember. It's Silhouette. But it's the only one that she has that's all black and white, so it should be pretty easy to find. And I didn't print out all the pages because her kits, again, like I've said before, are large, and so I try to only print what I'm going to use, so I don't have so many sheets of unused, or it's kind of a waste. So that one I shrunk, and this one I shrunk. This one's really cool. That would be so full size, for a journal page, but I wanted it small, and then shrunk these two. So yeah, that's just some of them. So those are very cool. Oh, and there's more. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you too. I printed one on the parchment paper that I usually use, and then one on regular copy paper, which is what I've printed the rest of these on, since we're going for more of that black and white version. So you can just see the difference there, but both very cool and would be very, very fun in a journal. And that's full page, and that one's full page. This one shrunk, and that one I shrunk, and then that one's full page. So yeah, and then I have some of her other stuff too, and this one's from Medieval Missives add-on part 4 is where you'll find these. And those ones are really nice too. So anyway, I just printed some stuff out and had some, a lot of those were already printed. So, and then have some of those Paris pictures and this Sears and Roebuck remake catalog that Eva so kindly sent me. Thank you, Eva. So yeah, that's what I have to play with today. And I did make a couple of things this weekend, just messing around, just to see what, kind of thing. And I won't count these as part of it, but yeah, that's a sticker. And then this is a index card. Fran, hi Fran, was saying that she wanted to, do some stuff with index cards, because I guess she's got a bunch, and I don't know what size she has. This is the larger size. So I just folded up the bottom and then, made it into a little tuck you could put on a page. So anyway, that's just food for thought. And I have all kinds of bases, and I made a fun base. My sister gave me this cool envelope that she got. I love the flap. It's just really neat. And so I opened it up, and because it was too big for one sheet of paper, I glued together 4 sheets of book page just, you know, made them into like a bigger square, and then used it to make the envelope. So, you know, there's like this part where there's a fold and stuff like that and a seam, but you're probably going to end up covering most all of it anyway with like decorative paper. And even with the folds and things, I don't think it looks bad just the way it is. Even this one I did upside down. That one's right side up. The writing, so that's something you have to think about when you're folding them, is which way the writing's going, if you're going to keep it so that you can see it. So anyway, and then I made like a large tag out of the rest of the paper. That's one of those little that goes, the pockets that go on the edge of the page, so when you turn the page, you know, or it can go, you know, on this side, like I did in that the French inspired journal, which went out today. I sent that off this morning, so that should be getting to Victoria hopefully soon. I have just all these bases and things. So maybe we'll go ahead and start with an index card just for the fun of it. This one's gotten a little beat up. I was thinking you could do a pocket going this way as well. So I'm going to fold it a little further than I did for the other one so that it would go on a page like, you know, if this was your journal page, you could put it here and have it as a tuck, or you could turn it this way and have it as a tuck, however, whatever you want to do. So let's start with one of those. I'm going to use some of these. Did I not bring up my hair ruler? I thought I had it up here. Oh goodness. Well, I guess I'm going to use my metal ones. I don't know where I set it. This will work just fine. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope you had a good weekend. We did lots of work out in our yard this weekend. It took my husband, my son, and I, all three of us, to pull out we had this big pine bush in our front yard, and it was just almost like halfway up a tree, height-wise. It was just too massive, and it was hanging out on the sidewalk and all of that, and we've tried trimming it down, but it just has gotten too big. So we just took it out entirely. So that took all three of us this weekend to pull that sucker out of the ground. It was a rough one. I mean, we could have come or had somebody come and do it, but you know, right now that's not the easiest task either. And I may have to go in the middle of this video because there's a guy going to come in and fix my dishwasher. So, which is a very good thing. Actually, what I'm going to do is tear this here, but I think I'm going to use the other end of it, so that you get to see more of the design, so like this kind of thing. I'll just bring it down to there. So yeah, I hope your weekend was good. I enjoyed playing just the little bit that I did with this black and white this weekend. I think it would be fun to do a whole journal with all black and white, so I may do that. Alright, what else do I want to put? I have all these too. I just cut out all kinds of things. Yeah, I think it would be really fun to do a whole journal of that. I like this mosaic right here. And these, like I said, I just did them on regular copy paper because I wanted that, you know, real white for the black and white. Even though all of it isn't going to be that way because I will still ink the edges and stuff. And like on that last one, you saw the white wasn't this pocket. You know, the white's a little bit off-white, but I think that's fine. Since you're doing the vintage look, it's a little hard not to, you know, have a little bit of that. The weather was so nice here this weekend. Oh my gosh. We just enjoyed being able to go get out and just sit outside, and it was lovely. I just got, this is my biggest bag of scrap. It's my black and white. I put them together. And that needs to go away. It's too much. I think I'm going to use this one. It looks a little better with that, I think. So maybe I'll do it at this other end since that's there. And I think I will hand tear it. Taller than that. I'm going to tear this in a little too. So yeah, at least if you have to stay home, it's nice to enjoy the sunshine, for sure. I'm such a ding-dong. I had a sale in my Etsy, and I forgot to tell you guys on Friday. It was over the weekend. So I probably will do another one next weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it's still going today, but, you know, I will do another one so that I'm so horrible at all that stuff. I always forget to tell you guys stuff. Even though I sit here and go, I don't have anything to talk about. I just can't think when I'm, you know, I need that moment of just silence. So anyway, I will do another one. So with papers like this, it's pretty easy. But I know like black and white papers are pretty easy to find. You can usually always find something that's just black and white. And you can just use black paper and white paper too, so, or whatever you have. I just saw this the other day on Jeff's Etsy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that because that is perfect. I like to do like black and white with a splash of color like red or pink or something like that, just a little bit of color. I think that's fun. It looks really cool. And that's just a scrap of who knows. Who knows what. I think it was DCWV, is that what that one is? But it's been years, so I don't think you could get it anymore. I'm pretty sure that's where I got that. Alright, let's use maybe book page for a journaling card to go in there. You could do actually a bigger one. That one, this one. I could just tear this one down a little bit because that's a pretty good size. And here like this. And I'll just tear this off. Yeah, that'll work. It'd be fun to put like a little something on here though. I cut out like butterflies and the ladies. She's too tall. I could trim off a tiny bit of her dress back there. It actually looked kind of cool with the wings. Her dress is even goes further. Sorry, I just have all kinds of junk here. That's the same one. I think I like this one, even if I have to trim or dress just a little. And I like it with the, this is a little yellow, but it kind of had that black and white look. And if you don't like it with the wings, I got these ladies off of Pinterest, and I just cut them out. They're just photographs, old photographs. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of that will have to get trimmed off, but I think it'll be alright. Let's glue the wings onto her first. Glue on the back. I think I'll go ahead and use this just because we got all kinds of little things I don't want to tear off. Sorry, what happens when you look over at the computer. The only thing is you can't see her umbrella very well behind over here. I wonder if I should put, let me see. I just realized that, so I kind of want to put a little something like that to make it more visible. I guess my music paper is just, it's not white, but that was a last minute decision. As I'm good at, but just realized you can't really see that, and I want to see it, so I'm going to do this. Oh, hold on just a minute. Okay, hi, sorry about that. I am waiting for a call, like I said, to get the dishwasher fixed, so I had to answer it. And of course it wasn't him, it was just a robocall thing. Irritating. Alright, so what do we want to do on this? Let's do that end. Let's see what other scraps we've got. Got a whole mess of them. Oh, the keys would be kind of cool because they go well with that other paper. Oh, it had one of those little perforated strips there. Like this. Go ahead and put this over the top. I've got it too big still. Yeah, I like that. All right. Birds are going crazy out there today. We have starlings. Does anybody know how to like scare away starlings or just repel them or something? Because they are just mean to the other birds. They were up in our pine tree last night when my husband and I were sitting outside, and they always chase away the little birds and they eat their eggs, and I don't even know. It was like a war going on in that tree. It's crazy. They're kind of miserable birds. I like birds, but they're horrible. Horrible. I'm going to use the book page here to cover this because it looks a little older, but still whiter than like my Manila paper. Kind of like this torn edge. I don't know why it matters, but anyway. So yeah, if anybody has any, I mean, I don't want to be like mean to them, or I just want them to go away. We didn't have them for years here. It's just really been like the last, I don't know, probably 3 years that we've had trouble with them. I mean, I'm sure they were around before that. It's just they didn't bother our birds as much. They've just become a nuisance, like horrible. I noticed on our neighbor's house in the back that they have like gotten into their attic. I need to go tell them that they're not home very often. I think it's kind of a vacation home for them or something because they're not there very often, but I noticed last night that their lights and stuff were on. That's happened before in that house behind us. We put all metal vents in our house a couple of years after we moved here because we had problems with woodpeckers, you know, poking holes in our vents, and so we put metal ones in. So none of the birds bug ours, obviously, but okay, what do we want to put on this one? Needs something not super tall. Oh, that one's cool too. That one's really cool. Maybe I'll just do that one. I didn't even know that was under there. That's funny. I forgot to clean my scissors. Somebody was saying like nail polish remover works well, and rubbing alcohol does too. It's just I need to do it and I just forget until I get using them again up here, and then it's like, oh yeah, I need to go clean those. They're all sticky. I love that dress with those stripes. That's so cool. I can't imagine dressing like that. I know I say it all the time, but I seriously can't on a regular basis. Very foreign concept to all of us. To cover a lot of that, but it would be kind of neat to have something stitched on there, so I might use this seam binding. I know it's going to cover some of that, but it's okay. And I'll stitch these after. I won't make you guys wait while I do that. I don't know how long I've been going either, and then I stopped the camera and just realized that. Oh well, we'll just wing it. I'm not that concerned about the time. It's just more as close to an hour as possible. How much can you get done? That's all. This isn't going to stay down perfect right now, but it'll be better once I can stitch it. I'm just doing them kind of random. I'm not doing them perfect here. This is where the stitching is a must. If I used Fabri-Tac, I could probably get it to stay, but I don't use Fabri-Tac. Alright, that'll be good enough until I can stitch it, because then I can push those down better in place, and I will stitch here and here as well, but it'll be in there. So there's that. Got one whole project done. Okay, so now we could do, that's just a tag. Kind of, so you could do lots of things with index cards. I mean, basically you can do pretty much anything with those that you would do with, you know, book page or whatever. So, but there's two ideas, two different ways of doing a pocket. So this is more just black because it's kind of got that brown on it, but we're going to use it anyway. Because it'll end up looking fine. Tore that so that edge sticks out too much. That paper just wants to rip in weird directions. Yeah. We had new neighbors move in across the street. I felt bad for them trying to move in this craziness. I mean, I guess it's kind of good because you can stay in and get all your stuff put away and do all that. That's the good part about that, but just getting movers and just all of it must have been crazy. So these, again, if you missed it when we did the French journal, it's just a book page, and it's going to depend on your book page, the height of it and all that. But I'll give you a rough idea of the size of this one. It's 8.5 by 5.5, so 8.5 by 5.5 roughly. And of course, you can tear them down or make smaller pockets. It doesn't matter. You're just folding up the bottom to make a pocket, and then you're folding it in half that way so that it'll go over the page. So you have a pocket on both sides of one journaling page. That's how I did that. And you can make them different on each side because they're not going to end up in the same place. Like, you're not going to see both sides at the same time. So use this scrap. And you'll notice I didn't put it all the way down into the pocket either. You don't need to do that because you're not going to see it. I mean, it could help strengthen it a little bit. Once it's glued onto the page, it's fine. I think a little bit more needs to come off of that. This one tears much better than that one. Yeah. You could also make tags out of index cards. Really anything that you could do with a regular piece of paper would work. And if you like it without the inking, you know, if you want it to be more black and white, then by all means, you don't have to ink it. Alright, let's put something on the front of this. Like that. I do like that with this. Nope. Wrong side. I mean, it would work over there too, but I like it better over here. It's a little bit more off. that will work. So tell me what you guys have been working on lately. I'm always curious. I like to love it when you guys send me stuff on my Instagram. That's what I needed to tell you guys about, that I forgot to look up all the names of the people doing the color challenge, but I will put them in the description box below so that you can see, because I've had lots of people sending me stuff on Instagram and stuff like that, and that's just fun to see what everybody's making. I don't know if I want more letters. That might be overkill. I don't like that one with that. It needs more black with that for some reason. I guess it's because this is so dark. Sorry, my cat is talking to my son. She screeches at him every morning. I think that one would work better. He is her person, so she jabbers at him. I hope I haven't been off screen a lot. I just realized I was kind of low there. Helps if you have the ruler the right way. This edge is really straight, so I'm going to take it off of this edge. And right at that, just about. There we go. On this side it would be fun to, I wonder if I have any stamps that have the black and white. Yeah, I like that. That is fun. Let's check. And these are from Aardvark. Again, I try to always remember to let you guys know. Oh, that's cool. I had a whole bunch of brown ones pulled out last week and totally forgot about them. Like a dingling, and this week I didn't pull any out, and I'm going to use them, right? Of course, that's the way it works. That one's got green, but I mean, it doesn't matter if it has other color too. Just the main theme. Is that blue or black? It's hard to tell. Well, let's see what we can do with those ones for now. I go digging through and find all this stuff, and I never end up using half of it. Fun to put on tags to put in the pockets. So I'm going to need a narrow tag, so let's get another piece of, put a little more glue on here. Stuck to everything. I'm getting overtaken here. I wanted that then, because these will fit. I can get 2 out of this. Yep. We've even got all the windows hanging open. It's just nice. It's finally warmed up enough to do that. Yeah, it'd be great if you guys checked out all the ladies that are doing the challenge, because it's fun to see what other people do with the same colors. I know I got those stamps out and then I got completely sidetracked, but I will come back around. Let's do some of that Sears and Roebuck. I just want some of the regular advertisements, I think. Like ribbons would be good. Ready-made veils, I like that. Sewing machine. Okay, we'll just go with this. Let's see. I think maybe some ribbons or something behind her. Got myself totally crowded in here. Let's keep these where you can see them. This stuff all needs to scooch up. Put that on and I'll probably add to it. I know I'll have to go around the edges again after I cut them. I'm just going to knock everything down today. Oh, the mirrors look cool too. I don't know if you're going to even be able to see any of it. Probably not. I'm not going to worry about it. $12. for a ribbon. That would be nice, huh? For all of us crafters. Yeah, so my next journal is going to be, like I said, a file folder journal. So I will do the, you know, the pocket that the journal goes into and all of that. All of that jazz. Strip of this here. Yeah, it needs something over there. Kind of like that side better. I guess I don't really have to take any off. I can just put it on. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. Who knows? Autopilot brain. And then we'll put, you know, lace or something up at the top. I'm trying to figure out what to put on the back. I'll put some more of this book page because it just covers well and then matches nicely. These are going to become just like paper sound videos pretty soon. Sorry, I don't have any good stories. I can't even think of anything good. Other than our tree excavation or bush excavation. And that wasn't even very good. Wasn't even a good story. Let's do flowers with the baby. That would be pretty. Okay, so that one I'm going to try to get. The cool thing is these columns are right about the size needed, so that's kind of cool. Black foliage. I don't think you'll be able to see these, but that's okay. Probably be able to see bits anyways. I thought about roughing up the edge, but I think I'll just leave it. Just get. Kids are doing homework. I don't know if you can hear my son typing away in the office. I mean, I'm glad they've had schoolwork for sure, but it's just kind of comical how they've had more than they ever had before. Yeah, I thought I had that hanging off the other side, but it's not bad. Kind of need something with the baby. Maybe just a little bit of rose fabric. I could put that up at the top though. It's a little tricky, I have to say. Oh, you know what we could do? I'll probably stitch around it anyway. Never mind. Let's see what else we can find to put there. I like the edge of this. I think I'm gonna have a piece of that. And I'll put this at the top of those. Just as that added little, it just needs a little something. How long are we? 33? We're probably getting pretty close, actually. I might put it on this side because that's where that blank spot is. And these are in that my cabinet card digital download. Alright, and then, like I said, I'll stitch and add these later. The problem is it kind of covers up that fancy bit. It's going to have something up at the top, so. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I like that look. Oh, I didn't back this one yet. I don't know what I did with that other piece, but this will work. It's just a little bit off the fabric. I didn't even watch any movies or anything this weekend because we spent most of the time sitting outside. Oh, my daughter and I did watch. Oh, I know what we watched. We watched Phantom of the Opera on Saturday because they were having a free day of it on YouTube, and that's her favorite. She loves the Phantom of the Opera. We saw it when we were in New York together, and it was amazing on Broadway because they have, you know, in the beginning, I don't know if everybody knows or has seen it, but the chandelier comes swinging out from like behind us, and it went right over our heads. It was just really cool in New York. She just loves that. The music and everything. Well, it's amazing, so it's hard not to like. But yeah, so we watched that this weekend because they had it on YouTube. So that was fun to watch. We watched Pirates of the Caribbean, the first two. I forgot we did that in parts, so we didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. But anyway, there's that one. And let's see, I wanted to put, it's kind of, you have to kind of pull them up a little bit to see them, but I want to do the stamp thing, but I got to figure out what else I need on there. It like needs something else because it doesn't work with just that, because it gets lost. Just one of these flower ads maybe. I'm just going to take the top off because you can't read all of that. It's all out of sorts. Knocking everything down. These ads were great, Eva. Thank you so much. It's so fun. I love those. I'm not getting much done, am I? I get like, I mean, altogether it's quite a few pieces, but it's only like a total of 2 things. It's funny, you don't sometimes realize how long it takes us to do this stuff until you get timing it, and then it's like, wow, it takes me a long time to do this. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's great. I love doing it. Okay, and then a little something. I don't really have any cutesy stuff in black and white for like the side with the baby, but I guess we don't have to do that. There's desks. Those are quite large. I saw rocking chairs, but I think they're all too big of an image because rocking chair would be cute. Rings. Instruments. Piano. Love the instruments. That's cool. And the little buggies. So there's the rocking chairs. They're all probably too big to go on there. $4.95, $3.85. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I would like take up the whole thing just to put a rocking chair on there. Could put like butterfly, might be good. Or even a bird. Oh, this bird with this pink flower. Yeah, kind of like that. I need like a piece of fabric. I don't know how I didn't pull out more of this stuff. But a piece of this lace would be good. Sorry, the dog next door is, I don't know, I'm not sure what he's working out. They're mowing out there in our back, like they call it the common area where that everybody can use. It's, you know, like a huge lawn area. And so the homeowners association, gardeners or whatever, come and mow that. They've been out there all morning. And it makes those dogs crazy. Squish it a little bit. So it gathers a little. And I think I'm going to use the art glitter glue, just to make sure it sticks down well. Yeah, I like the bird. So that'll go, that can go on a page like this way, or it could go on one this way, and then however you turn it, you'll have something to look at. Alright, let me do that. Yeah, we didn't get very far, did we? What are we at? 43? I have to be close. I'm gonna stop and stitch these and I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I stitched all around that, but you don't stitch it like this because you want it obviously right to go on the page. So I'm sure you can figure that out, but just want to make sure I say that. And then that goes in there, and the lady goes over here. I like how that came out. I feel sort of very unsuccessful today because I don't feel like I got much done, but with the cards, I guess it's not too horrible because that's 6 pieces or whatever, 5 pieces. So anyway, 5, Amy, learn to count. Okay, sorry it was so exciting today. I didn't have a whole lot of stories for you or anything, so I apologize. I think it's just kind of the way it is right now with everything. But I hope you like how these came out, and I hope you do some black and white stuff, and we will chat again tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.